Hello. Um, you may have noticed a few changes to the channel, mainly the name. Do excuse my not so social co-host, Fluffy. It is my medication time and he is protesting because I have not taken it yet. Alright, I'm doing it. Keep your wig on. But yeah, as I was saying, you may have noticed a few changes to the channel, mainly the name. I just thought it was time for a change. And it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and I thought that the name Suki's Vlogs didn't fully explain what the channel was about. So I thought Chronically Suki was a lot better name, and it explains more about what the channel is about, and that. But yeah, so that's the changes that happen with the channel. I haven't done a video for a few weeks really because I've been busy, and when I've not been busy I've been ill, so it's kind of like I've not had the time or energy to make a video, but I thought I'd do one tonight because it's kind of a kind of spur of the moment video, this really. Now I wanted to do this video about phones, about smartphones, and how helpful they can be to people with disabilities or chronic illnesses or what have you. Now, what prompted this video about phones is my phone. My smartphone is currently on its last legs. It's not been charging properly. Sometimes when I plug the charger in, instead of charging the battery up, it flattens the battery more. My phone, the touchscreen's gone all funny, and it kind of likes to do things that I haven't told it to do, you know. So like when I've been trying to make Facebook posts or send messages, gobbledygook comes up on the screen, you know, and it takes me a few minutes to correct it all. And I fear I probably haven't got long left with my phone. Now I'm not ashamed to say this, but my life is my phone. I don't think I could survive without it. Could I have that please, Fluffy? Thank you, my darling. But yeah, my phone, now it's more, I see it as an aid, something that aids me in my daily life, with my disabilities and my illnesses. Now most people would be like, that's crazy, how could that aid you? Well, obviously the 999, if I'm in trouble, if say I've had an issue with my heart and I need to get an ambulance quickly, obviously that is one of the good points. And also with phones nowadays, I don't know if you can see there on the screen, emergency call button. So I press that button there and it calls the emergency services straight away for me. And next to that on the other side is an in case of emergency. Now if I press the in case of emergency, hopefully my phone will bring it up and not explode the world. There we go. That is my medical info. So that has all my medications on that I take. It has anything that I am allergic to, medication wise. It has all my conditions. you know, and it has information on there about my heart condition and the heart surgery and the spinal surgeries that I've had. It has emergency numbers for my partner John, and I think one for my sister there. So, and it also has like my hospital number and hospital ID on and everything. So that is really handy. So like if say I did collapse in the middle of town when I'm out doing my shopping and I'm unconscious and someone has had to get an ambulance for me, the ambulance drivers can look at my phone and they will see that and they will instantly know what is wrong and how to treat me, which is really good because with my condition, Marfan syndrome especially, you know, where it's a connective tissue disorder, it can affect the heart and other organs in many different ways. Now, the heart, for instance, say I was having a dissection. Now, that appears, the symptoms of that appear as a heart attack most of the time. So let's say an ambulance driver comes along, oh, she's having a heart attack, gets the paddles out and shocks me back to life. That won't bring me back to life. That will instantly kill me if it's an aortic dissection, because that will make the issue worse, you know. And I suppose I better explain what an aortic dissection is for those that don't understand. An aortic dissection is where the main artery in your body that carries blood to and from your heart, that can split. It can tear, and it can tear anywhere from the aortic arch, which is at the top of the heart, down the ascending aorta, and right down to the abdominal aorta, and right down into the legs and the ankles. So if pressure is put on that, an aortic dissection or even an aortic aneurysm, like being shocked with a defibrillator, that's not going to be very good. So that's why it is very helpful that I have this in case of emergency on my phone. So then the ambulance drivers read it and go, it's not a heart attack, it's an aortic dissection, let's get this woman to hospital straight away, you know, and that could potentially save my life. So that is one handy thing about my phone. It is a lifesaver, quite literally. And you know, other things with my phone that I use, obviously I have alarm clocks, which I have a lot of alarm clocks set. Excuse me, Fluffy, you're taking up the screen there, mate. I have a lot of alarm set. As you can probably see, they're pills. When to take my medication. And these go off at the times I'm supposed to take my medication. Because I am very forgetful, sometimes I will totally forget. If I didn't have this to remind me, I'd totally forget, and I wouldn't take my pills all day, and then I'd be really ill, you know. But luckily I have a backup for if these alarms don't go off. I have a Mr. Fluffy, don't I? You give me evils again. I have a Mr. Fluffy who reminds me to take my pills and annoys me until I take them, don't you? Yeah, you're a good boy. A good little helper. But yeah, and also, can't forget the main alarm, cat feed time. Yes, we can't forget that, can we? It reminds me to give you your food, doesn't it, Fluffy? Yeah, give me a high five, dude. High five. Come on, you know you want it. Give me a high five. High five? No? Oh, yeah, there we go. Little high five. Good boy. Right, so, yeah. And that's the alarms that remind me. Now, where was I? And also the calendar on my phone. is a really good tool to help keep me organised and remind me when I have hospital appointments, when I have therapy appointments, when I have doctor appointments. As you can see on there, all those little red dashes, they're all important appointments like hospital and doctors. And the good thing about this calendar is I can colour code. So anything like birthdays, I'll put in like pink or something, and like paydays I'll put in green. The days I'm supposed to pay the bills I'll put in blue, and that all pops up on my phone and reminds me, right, today you've got to do this. So then I'm like, right, that's what I've got to do today, and I'll set it so it reminds me a couple of times throughout the day, so that I don't go, oh right, okay, yeah, I'll have that later, right, yeah, and then forget by later, you know. So it'll remind me like 3 or 4 times throughout the day, which is really, really handy. So that helps keep my mind organised and whatnot. And also there's other things like phones are really handy nowadays with like apps and stuff. I have online shopping apps, you know, Asda where I get my groceries, Amazon where I get clothes and electronics and cat toys and, you know, all sorts of stuff that I need in an emergency or whatever, you know. And obviously Holland & Barrett, where I get my CBD oil from, which I have currently run out of. It's terrible, that, isn't it? We've run out of CBD. How terrible. But yeah, and obviously as well, takeaway apps, Machos. When I'm too ill to cook and I am starving, I just get on my phone, click on that app, order food, comes straight away. Might sound lazy, but sometimes it is a literal lifesaver, because I will go for days without eating because I am so ill, because I can't physically get up and cook food because I don't have the energy and I'm in too much pain to do it. So having takeaway apps that I can access on my phone, or internet on my phone where I can access other takeaway menus and things to order, is really good. So yeah, and also things like Google Maps and stuff like that. Google itself is very handy. For instance, let's have a go at this. Hopefully, sometimes it doesn't understand my voice. Hopefully this time it will. Google, what bus do I get from Western Shore to Southampton City Centre?
Touch the one you want.
And it's come up with a list of buses that I can get and where I can get them, and it has maps showing me where all the bus stops are and stuff like that. So that is super handy, because I can ask Google anything and it'll tell me what I need to know. So if I'm out and about on my own and one of my confusion spells comes on and I get confused and lost and I'm not sure what I'm doing or where I am, I can Google and find myself and find where I need to go and find a place where it's safe for me to go and whatnot. So yeah, Google is really handy. My phone is doing stuff it shouldn't be now. But yeah, so there's a million things I use this for, not to mention Facebook and YouTube. You know, Facebook I find really handy. Yes, I am a Facebook addict. I'm not ashamed to say it. But I use Facebook to run support groups for people with similar conditions that I have, and where I can't get out all the time because I'm so ill. I can still communicate with the outside world through Facebook. I can still catch up with my friends and chat to them, see what they're doing, you know. So I still am connected in a way, you know. Also, I go on a lot of support groups where I talk to people that have similar conditions to me, and that can be very helpful sometimes, because sometimes it can be very lonely. You feel like people don't understand you or can't understand you, and sometimes it's really good to get online and talk to someone who is going through the same thing as you and who understands and can give you advice, and things like that. So that is really helpful, you know. So basically, yeah, this video, really what prompted it is my phone dying. Also, I've just spotted another helpful app. You could probably see it there, the weather. That lets me know. It's pretty accurate, this app is, so that's cool. It lets me know whether it's going to be raining or it's going to be sunny, so I then know, do I need to take a raincoat, do I need to dress up warm, you know, can I go out in shorts and t-shirt, you know, because the weather affects my health as well. With the issues with my bones and joints, the cold and wet flares up the pain and stiffness in my joints and that. So, you know, having a weather app to let me know what's going outside helps me to prepare what I need when I'm going out. So yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, so my phone is like my life. I'm not ashamed to say that, and it is very useful to me. And I just wanted to show people that, yeah, some people may be addicted to their phone, they may be addicted to texting, but if you see someone constantly on their phone, constantly using their phone, you know, just think, maybe it's not an addiction. Maybe it is an aid. Maybe they're using it to help them with a handicap they have. You know, technology nowadays is amazing. It's come along so far, and there are so many different apps that you can use. I mean, there's heart monitor apps now. You know, blood pressure apps that can test your blood pressure and everything. There are fitness apps. There are apps that monitor your sleeping. You know, there are things like smartwatches you can get to use with your phone and with different apps to help track your health, which I did use one of them. I used to use one of them and it was very, very helpful. But unfortunately, the phone I was using it with back then, this was a year or two ago, it kind of died, and then the smart bracelet I was using with it kind of decided that it was outdated and it wasn't going to work with any other device. So I kind of had to knock that on the head, because it wouldn't work with the phones I was using. But you know, the only problem I have with all this technology at the moment is the price is very, very expensive. And for me at the moment, getting a new phone is going to take a few weeks of saving, especially if I want to get a phone as good as this one. I mean, this is a Sony Xperia, and it is Android, and to be honest, I do prefer iPhone, not being funny, you know, forget all the Android, iPhone and Windows war, iPhone was very helpful to me. I used to have one. But obviously now with my finances the way they are, I can't afford a £600-700 phone. So this one in itself was a bit pricey when I bought it. This was like 150. So getting a phone as good as this, I'm gonna have to spend a pretty penny. So I've got to save up for a few weeks or a month or two to be able to buy one as good as this. So I'm hoping this will kind of last until I can get a new one. But it's not looking good for my poor old phone. So I think soon I'm going to be having a funeral for it. But yeah, so, you know, phones, tablets, computers, they are very, very useful. And yeah, some people may say I have an addiction to my phone. Maybe I do. But it is like very, very helpful. So yeah. That's all I wanted to say really. You got anything to say on the matter, Fluffy? You're ignoring me now. You got anything to say about the phone? Do you find the phone useful? You don't, do you? You don't like the phone? No, because it takes my attention away from you, doesn't it? Yeah. You can't see Fluffy at the moment. He's laid down here in front of me, giving me the stink eye. Yeah, you are. Don't shake your head at me. You're giving me the stink eye. But yeah, he's not a big fan of the phone because it takes my attention away from him. He's been caught a few times trying to headbutt my phone out of my hand, haven't you? You're flicking your tail at me. Yeah, you are. Look at his tail. Look at his big bushy tail. You're not happy with me either, are you? Because I gave you a bath today, didn't I? You still haven't forgiven me, have you? No. You can't see him, but he's actually shaking his head. Have you forgiven me? No? No, no. You've not forgiven me for giving you a bath? No? Okay. What if I give you some treats with your dinner? Will you forgive me then? You're thinking about it. No, you're not going to forgive me. Oh, not even for some treats? No. What about a little bit of soy milk as well? Soy milk sound good? Soy milk, treats and food. Will you forgive me then? You're thinking about it. Okay, do you want me to leave you to think about that? And then you can get back to me later with your decision, yeah? Yeah? Okay. Love you. High five? High five? Good boy. Yeah, so I think that is it for this video because it's like 23 minutes long now. It's going to take a while to upload to Facebook, to upload to YouTube. It might not actually because I've recently just got new internet which is a lot faster. So hopefully it'll upload within a few minutes. We shall see. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me gab on for the last 20 minutes about phones and about how useful they are to people with disabilities and chronic illness and stuff. But yeah, if you are someone that has uses for your phone, let me know what you use your phone for. Let me know how helpful your phone is. Let me know of any helpful apps that you may have used, which can help someone with disabilities, things like that. Yeah, so let me know. You can either comment below this video on YouTube, or if you see it on my Facebook page, Chronically Suki, you can comment below there. Even share links of helpful apps if you like on the Facebook page. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye bye. Are you going to say bye, Fluffy? You going to say bye-bye? You going to say bye-bye? No. Okay. He's still in a shop. But yeah, thanks for watching again, and bye-bye.